Hey guys, today we're going to be going over my case study on diffusion of disinformation, how social media users respond to fake news and why. By me, of course. So, the purpose and hypothesis of the study is to demonstrate how rampant misinformation exists everywhere throughout social media and online in general, to explain why misinformation grasps the reader's attention as it does, and how users respond to misinformation, specifically in an online setting. And the hypothesis for the study is basically that fake news and misinformation is a very serious problem within the world of social media. So, how was the study conducted? It was a two-part study in which the first part was a survey. The survey was given to 2,501 participants that were all located within Singapore. The average age and gender of the participants was calculated and averaged out. Participants were given different articles of misinformation and their responses were recorded. After the survey part, there was an interviewing process in which interviewers asked participants to cite a specific piece of misinformation and documented how they reacted to said misinformation. And basically, after they reacted, the interviewees were compared to one another in a series of comparison-like tests that evaluated the validity of the responses. Here is a little picture of the interview participants. As you can see on top, interviewee, gender, and age were the three factors that were recorded. And here are some of the responses to the fake news. So these are some of the things that the interviewees would do when they came in contact with fake news and how they would react. So you can see the percentages on the right for the actions that are taken on the left. So the major findings of the study were that misinformation is running rampant more than ever before in the information age, which was also a major hypothesis before the study was taken into effect. Most participants did not make an effort to correct misinformation when they spotted it, and this was because users assumed that trying to correct the misinformation might reflect negatively on their self-esteem and their reputation amongst other people. And some users also associated a difficulty with the process of correcting misinformation. So they found it difficult to comment on invalid points and decided against it. So as far as the reliability of the study is concerned, there were 50 plus sources that were cited and referenced throughout the description of the study, which is a great amount and also a great indicator that this is actually a sound study. Gender and age were factored in and averaged out, helping to account for possible discrepancies that might have existed throughout the study. For example, old age playing a factor in people not being able to discern disinformation. Potential problems with the study are mentioned instead of being hidden, which is a great accountability method. So, lacking responses from the participants were one example. So what that means is like the participants were unable to properly tell the interviewees what they actually did through the process of running into misinformation, And another problem with the study was that Singapore is a very small and homogenized group of people, so there wasn't much variation. So the fact that these issues were mentioned is a great indicator that this is a sound study. And also, of course, findings do make logical sense overall. There's no crazy curveballs in the study, and it makes sense. So, as far as Kling goes, Kling seems to have a similar outlook on social informatics as the study proves, or the findings of the study prove. Kling states we significantly underestimate how much skilled work is required to extract value from computerized systems, and this really relates to the findings of the study because we as people often overlook human error, inability to discern, and overall lack of willingness to stand up and fight against misinformation among our population. And that brings us to the end of my discussion of what I found about the study. And that's pretty much it for now. Thank you for listening.